All right, guys, welcome. 7th edition of Chat with the Hat. And my guest tonight is JKJ. All of you remember him from offensive line over at Clemson. We're going to talk about his career, what happened, and stuff that's going on. But first, I want to tell you, the last time we were together, I told you the next day we were going down to Ford Elementary School, and we were going to have a ribbon cutting for those kids. The playground got in. We had the ribbon cutting. Lawrence had a spotlight shining on them all week. The Hat has helped several people, but I'm going to tell you, that one right there is the pinnacle. All of those kids, they came and when I was there last week, they were playing, they were lined up 20, 30 people in a row, nobody pushing, nobody shoving, waiting their turn, laughing, enjoying, and man, it's just a good feeling because, hey, you got that little boy of yours. I keep up with him. So I know you love kids.
Yeah, we do, and we live in Lauren, so we know what a blessing that was to that school, and we're so thankful for all the efforts that y'all put into making that happen and how much that's blessing that community and those kids, because that it makes a huge difference when you're going to school. It's kind of hard to imagine going to school and not having a playground.
Oh, and that's what I told them. I said, my goal is one day I'm going to be at Clemson with this hat on, and this kid's going to come up and say, hey, Hat, you're the one that did our playground, and now I'm an engineer, going to school to be an engineer at Clemson. So I mean, like I told them, I left them again. When I left them in June with Robert Smith,
Yep,
I told them the best is yet to come.
that's right.
They came back to school, they had a playground. I told them, I said, this ain't the best by far, but the best is still yet to come. We took and we painted Daboisms all over the sidewalks. The best is yet to come. The only disability in life is a bad attitude.
He does need a children's book.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding, man. I told them, we didn't write this on there for decoration. I want you to read these things every day and live by them. So man, it just, I know it's going to change all those kids' lives, but I knew some of you was wondering if it ever happened, and it did. It was a full summer. But guess what? When we cut that ribbon, did all those hugs and smiles and shook hands, I told them, I said, it's football season. And that is what happens tomorrow.
Amen. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long talking season, it feels like.
Yeah. Well, we don't know much about Georgia Tech. We're going to talk it. We get on into this show. We're going to talk more about the game tomorrow. We'll get JK's prediction. We got some more guests here tonight. We'll get their predictions as they come on with us. But hey, we're going to start out with JK. You went to Christ Church, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and you played football there, and you got recruited. Tell us kind of how that went. What year was that?
So I first got recruited in my freshman year by Coach Fulmer at Tennessee.
Yeah.
And those were the first schools on me. And Clemson was always my dream school. I grew up going to games with my grandpa since I was, as little as 2. And so I always dreamed of running down the hill and just wearing the tiger paw on my helmet and being one of those guys. So when Coach Bowden and Coach Brad Scott came by my sophomore year, that was kind of a dream come true for me and an easy decision to go, choose to go play for the Tigers. And it's been one of the best decisions of my life and just such a blessing. And just all the wonderful people and Coach Sweeney and just all that he means to me and all that he's taught me and all the Dabo-isms that stick with you and, all the stuff he taught us just comes back to you during the day, even as you're in your career. They just flood to your mind, and they're just such great lessons to have been able to learn.
Oh yeah. So Brad Scott, I mean, he was one of the guys that recruited you.
Yeah.
And man, he's like a mentor over there now.
Yes. I can't say enough good things about Coach Scott. I love Coach Scott. He recruited me very hard. He was at all my basketball games. I can see him now. And he worked really hard with our relationship, and still have a great relationship. Saw him just the other week, and he's a fantastic recruiter, probably one of the best recruiters in the country. He really had a great hold on the state of Florida as a recruiter and great connections from his time at FSU with Bobby Bowden down there. And I think that helped, pave some roads for other guys to go into Florida. But he's just an outstanding man and incredible integrity and character, and just a great man of God that I'm thankful to have had the opportunity to be around.
Hey, and you talk about how the Lord looks out for you. He told me, he said, Brad, I'm going to let you be a loser down at South Carolina. Because there's better things to come.
That's right.
The best is yet to come.
He did take them to their first bowl game, though.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, he did. Yeah. So, but there was, that's why I was saying there's a reason
Yeah, oh,
he
yeah.
let him lose so he could come back.
That's right. Yeah. He landed in a much better spot.
Yeah. All right. Hey, so at Christ Church, now I know Christ Church was a powerhouse. Now, did you play for Frost? Wasn't Frost one of the coaches there?
I did, yes, sir. I played for Don Frost, just another incredible man and man of God, and just wonderful leader and just great integrity, and understood his purpose for coaching, and really, treat us all as his kids, and just poured into our lives. And Chandler Catanzaro was on the team as well with me, and we were same class, so he did a great job with the program.
And I think Chandler, he retired last week.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. Yeah, he had a great career, and just really excited for him and what's next for him, whatever it is that he chooses to do.
Yeah. All right, so every time I have past players, we get them on here and I say, so what are you doing now? Where are they now? What are you doing?
I'm doing real estate development with a company called Lion J, with my partner Jennings Lyon, and we develop residential lots for the national builders and multifamily and hospitality. So that's what we're doing now.
Okay. So if somebody's got some commercial real estate they want to sell,
We do sell, yeah. We do sell commercial real estate, and we'd love to have them reach out.
all right. Now you grew up in now you're living in Florence.
Yep.
Okay. I seen that pond, the big bass that your son's caught out of and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it kind of makes me jealous down there. Yeah.
It is nice. It's serene. We enjoy being out there. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk a little bit about this team we got now. How has Clemson changed since you were there?
Man, there's 5 stars 3 deep, So it's you think about all our receivers, and they're all 6'4" or taller now. So it's just incredible. But Coach Sweeney's had the same vision, same dream, same purpose since he came on day one. He hasn't changed, and this has all been a part of his vision and belief.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible and such a blessing to see it come to fruition.
Yeah. And you know what? Nothing's changed with him. Like you said, he's the same Dabo he was when he was a receiving coach.
That's right.
Making a lot more money, winning a lot more games, but the same Dabo.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, that's great. Okay, we got Georgia Tech. We're kicking off tomorrow night. Georgia Tech's got a new coach. It's a total new look, so they say. I don't know if they got the players to play. All right. Who was that? Hey, whoever you are, watch the show and quit calling. Call back at 8 o'clock. All righty. Sorry about that. But the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, with Paul Johnson gone, going to be a whole new look. I understand that they kind of got an offense like Clemson, but without the talent. What are you thinking about tomorrow night?
I was going to say it's pretty hard to have offense like Clemson with the horses that we have, but we don't know too much about them and what offense they're going to run. I think they studied mostly tape from Temple, but it's still, a guess at best. But you have players that are transitioning that were recruited for that triple option offense, and now they're getting switched over into, offense more like ours. And, a lot of those guys aren't made to run that kind of offense.
Yeah.
So there'll be some serious growing pains for the Yellow Jackets. But it's first game of the season. There's always kinks to be worked out, and we don't get the luxury of preseason games like the NFL, so it'll be a good starter for us.
Yeah. Well, and with it being a night game, we pulled in the motorhome lot about 2 o'clock today. Man, there was helicopters flying everywhere. So I guess it's ESPN or maybe ACC Network. But, man, that place was rocking in the motorhome lot already. So everybody's ready for it to happen. Man, I'm going to tell you, I can't believe it. Even though they say it's the shortest time in between our last game and our first game ever, it seemed like as long as normal.
Yeah, it does. It seemed like August just kind of drug on. The rest of the time kind of flew by, but August seemed to drag on. So thankful it's here. I mean, excited. It was, as a player, Clemson's always faithful when you see the motorhomes roll in on the big games, even on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and just walking out to practice, it just gave you chills and got you fired up. And I think that's what makes Clemson so special, because sometimes when you go to these schools that are in bigger cities, you kind of lose that hometown connection that you had in your high school and that pride for that community you're playing for.
Yeah.
But Clemson does a terrific job of harnessing that family atmosphere and that sense of community and pride, and that it's bigger than just you. It's bigger than just your own personal dreams. It's bigger than the team dreams. You're playing for a community and a brand of fans that are extremely loyal. I mean, talking about it, I think about the bus rides from Anderson over to the game, and you just have little ladies out on their front porch waving their flag or waving at you, and it just gives you chills, because that's what you're playing for.
Yeah.
And everybody shuts down on Saturday for it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's that family tradition. I mean, and it's still. I got a call today from ESPN, and they want to interview next Saturday, but they wanted to interview super fans. And I told them, I said, man, it's a super family is what it is.
Oh, that's good.
I said, you come to Clemson, everybody's a super fan. Because that's what, like you said on Saturday, man, that's all there is.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And going back to what you did for the elementary school in Lawrence,